throwing strikes, getting likes, hitting jiggers, getting listeners back again. This is your only Brewers daily podcast. We are coming at you at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time daily. We are also coming at you on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, you name it, we are there. We're on Rumble. We have a channel over there. We're starting to do short form content, so look out for the shorts. Basically, those are newsworthy clips, different clips I find around the internet that are due to be clips. So today, we get a finally moment, and this is something that I have been waiting for a while. And I think many of us have been waiting for this for a while. It is finally the day the Keston Huira has been released, or should be released. Basically, they told him he's not making the ball club, but we're going to get into that. We'll talk about. There was 2 games today, kind of a split squad action. We'll talk about what this means for where we're going with bench position players, kind of how this falls out in comparison to what I've already said for a opening day lineup. So let me pull up my previous opening day lineup for you. We'll go into that. We'll talk about the news, and then we'll dabble around MLB and see if we got any other big stories. This has primarily been the majority of it. We also have Corbin Burnes being named the opening day starter. I don't think we need to spend too much time on that. I think that's kind of already established. We'll talk about just about a little bit of everything. I'm just finding my roster real quick. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Now scroll back all the way to where it was. You'll probably pull up McAlvey's too, just to kind of compare. We could compare the whole everybody's if we really wanted to. I mean, it's just a matter of pulling it all up. We got a couple previews. We'll talk later about kind of what's to come in the next few episodes. Tomorrow's episode promises to be a good live session. So if you're available tomorrow after the game, you can hop on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any one of those, and we will be live talking about none other than Brewers baseball. Of course, what do we always talk about on this channel? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. That's the answer to that question. So, that being said, I'm trying to find it. What did I give you as a roster? So I screenshot these things on my phone, but then I always forget where I actually reference them on my computer. And my phone is used to record, in case you didn't know, so that's why I'm not using my phone. Okay, here we go. 2.0. All right, that's the one I'm looking for. All right, so let's go into game 1, I guess MLB.com is calling it. Game 1 was a 6-6 final against the Dodgers. So, if we look at the game against the Dodgers today, 6-6, we're 10-13 now on the spring. Dodgers are 13-10, just the reverse of us. We had 6 runs on 11 hits. They had 6 runs on 8 hits. And in this game, we had Brasso, we had Owen Miller, we had Winker, Anderson. It looks like Trio got in there. Weimer, Frelick, Bolt. And then some of the minor league filling guys. All right. So Miley went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, struck out 2. Perguro came in for a third. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Miller came in, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. Herb, that could be a first. Herb could just be a guy that they're filling in for minor league camp. But he didn't give up anything. And Andrews also didn't give up anything. Time of game was 2 hours and 37 minutes. The highlight there was Miller went 3 for 3 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. All right, so we're going to see if it allows us to go back or just switch games. If it allows us to switch games on the screen, oh, it does. It does. Game 2. Oop. Get your kids packs, everyone. They got some cool stuff. It's actually a good value. So if you do get a kids pack, tell them Eric sent you. All right, so Marquez versus Corbin Burns. Rockies beat us 9-4. 11 and 16 is the Rockies record. 10 and 14. 9 runs on 13 hits for Colorado. 4 runs on 7 hits for Milwaukee. The big story here was Corbin Burns could not find it today. Just was getting beat up. Moustakas got a home run. Chris Bryant got a home run. I mean, he was getting hit. But we had Yelich, Mitchell, Adames. Mitchell got a dinger today, though. Tellez, Contreras, Naquin, which is funny because Naquin was actually told he's not going to make the club, but he might end up in the minors. Toro and Turing were also in this game. Talking about named players here. So Corbin Burns went 5 innings, giving up 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 of which were earned. He struck out 5, and he gave up 2 homers. Bush went 1 inning, giving up 1 hit, no runs allowed. Williams got in. I think this is probably the first appearance since the WBC. He gave a good, I can't find it. I was trying to find it before this to repost it so everyone could see it. But he gave a good post WBC interview saying, "Hey guys, this was actually a better experience. I'm kind of sad that I'm back at spring training because I was really enjoying the fun of the World Baseball Classic and how it got me tuned up." And he just talked about his experience with, Ken Griffey, Andy Pettit, Wayno, and all the guys, and he really liked it. Small came in for a third of an inning. He gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, or 1 hit, 4 runs. Claudio did 2/3 of an inning, no runs. Mejia, 1 inning, no runs given up. Time of game for this one was 2 hours and 46 minutes. Like I said, Bryant, Marquez had a huge outing against us today. Just not a good spring training matchup. But again, we're right there before spring training, so that is what it is. That's how it happened. Before these, we're coming up on the season. So now we have come up on the season, and it was time for the Brewers to make some decisions. So some much needed decisions got made. And shout out to Paul. I know you're going to be sad about this, Paul, but it was time. It was time for Keston Huira to go. So it was announced early today. Friday didn't mark the end of the former first round draft pick and hot prospect Keston Huira's tenure with the Brewers, but it's certainly a fork in the road. The Brewers informed Huira about an hour before he was to start the split squad game against the Dodgers that he won't make the opening day roster. Huira, 26, is out of minor league options. So the Brewers will try to find him a major league opportunity in the coming days, according to general manager Matt Arnold. So the one thing that's being twisted here, and you're going to hear this from the Brewers side because this is how the Brewers have to be about it. Um, they're doing it like this is something personal, and it's a business decision, but they let it get too personal. Even Bob Euchre and Levering today were kind of him hawing on the radio about how he's been there for a long time and blah blah blah. But the guy didn't play well. The guy was not good for us. He was not contributing in a meaningful manner when it counted. Um, he left a lot of guys on base. He never found a position, and unfortunately, it's the end of Keston Huira's tenure in Milwaukee. For those fans, for me, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I mean, he played good. Don't get me wrong. There were times when he was good, and I'm appreciative of everything he did. But when your time runs out in the majors, the team needs to make a decision, especially a team like Milwaukee that can't afford to just go out and waste roster spots. Decisions need to be made, and I will say this time and time again when decisions need to be made. So, um, basically, if you guys know the process, um, if they can't find a trade partner, if they can't find somewhere for him to go, then he will be DFA'd. If in DFAing, no one puts him on, claims him off of waivers, they could pick him up at $2.2 million salary. It's definitely a possibility that they would keep here in the minor league system. But then they would still not, it wouldn't restart the clock. It doesn't restart the clock with options. They want to give him as much runway in fairness to him to get the opportunity with another major league team. And I had a conversation the other day, I think with you, Paul, where we said Keston Huira maybe needs a change of scenery. Maybe sometimes that's what a guy needs to get better, get called up, and play well. I can't think of a Brewers instance of that in recent memory, but I'm sure someone could remind me of one in the comments. They also informed non-roster invitee Tyler Naquin, an outfielder, that he would not make the opening roster. He has the right to opt out of his deal, but as of Friday, he remained in camp and started the Brewers split squad game against the Rockies. Conversations with both players were difficult, but particularly for her, the 9th overall draft pick, UC Irvine in 2017, rose to baseball's number top 20 prospect, blah, blah, blah. We're waxing. Basically, this is just a lot of good faith in the Brewers organization. And yeah, they're not being dicks. But at the same time, all is well if you just cut bait and move on, guys. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So Voigt's status is still in question, but he should stay with the Brewers. So they didn't make an official decision on Voigt, which today was the renewed deadline for the Voigt decision, and it looks like there was no decision made according to this article here by McCalvy. Possible path for roster top prospects. He could have, basically they're saying Naquin could have a AAA opportunity with the Brewers, stay with the Brewers AAA club if he wants to. So his absence from the opening day mix was significant because it opens up a spot for outfield prospects beyond starting center fielder Garrett Mitchell, who is number 4 on MLB's Pipeline's Brewers prospect list. Okay, this includes Sal Frelick and Joey Wiemer. They may have the upper hand, being a strong arm potentially suited for right field. In fact, he has bats right-handed as he needs. It's currently constructed. So basically, because Wiemer's righty, they're saying he may get a shot. So, that being said, I'm going to move into my This is the original version. I'm going to tell you what I think of it now from the last one I did. So they Christian Yelich, Willie Adames, Rowdy Tellez, William Contreras, Jesse Winker, Brian Anderson, Garrett Mitchell, Luis Urias, Sal Frelick, Mike Brasso, Victor Caratini, Keston Huira, Luke Voigt. So we got to replace Keston here. We'll tell you about that in a second. Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta, Eric Lauer, Wade Miley, Matt Bush, Javi Guerra, Adrian Hauser, Holby Milner, Joel Payamps, Peter Strzelecki, Devin Williams, and Gus Varland. So if we take out Keston Huira and we slot in Joey Wiemer, that gives us another outfield that still keeps us with the option for Luke Voigt. They've been playing Brian Anderson a little bit around, so that'd be good. There's also an opportunity for Bryce Turing to come onto this roster. I think we have a set number of pitcher spots on the opening day roster. I don't know that for certain. I think it's 13 or 14. I will do more research into that when we talk in our future episodes and our future prediction episodes. But so I think you slot in. I'd like to say you slot in Wiemer, just because I like that option. I like to have the deep outfield and the deep options for the DH. That's what I think, guys. That's where we're at. Opening day starter Corbin Burns. Go figure. Yay, Corbin Burns. Let's clap it up. Money. There we go. Congratulations, Corbin Burns. I don't think anybody would have said anybody else was going to start on opening day. So he'll face Stroman on opening day. Let's get hyped for that, guys. Are you going to Chicago? Let me know down below. I am not. There's a nice little article about how they discovered Corbin Burns. Let's go stop over at our friends at the Brewers Fanatic, and then we'll check out what's going on around the league. Nope. Brewer Fanatic news. Keston Huira and Tyler Naquin. 5 days, guys. 5 days. We are 5 days away. And then they're talking about positional prospecting, the designated hitter. Go over to brewerfanatic.com. Join the community. Join the conversation, guys. It's a fun place to be. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about MLB news. Let's see here. See if there's anything we didn't cover yesterday. Fridays are always slow news days, as I always say. Yep. No news is good news, guys. So once a week, we are going to go through kind of a deeper dive on teams around the league, what their records look like, scores. That's going to be something we do during the season, just to keep us informed about baseball. I'll probably talk a lot about Shohei Ohtani because he's one of my favorites. I'll talk about my other favorites as well. Fernando Tatis, you name it, we'll talk about it. So, guys, that has been this episode of the Miller Park Minute. I think tomorrow we are going to actually include it in the live session. We are going to be doing a season preview of one of the NL Central teams. I have yet to decide which one it is going to be. I got a busy content day ahead of me tomorrow. So, guys, take a look at the other social platforms. Follow me, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, comment on your favorite content, and let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're listening to this. Make it great. And as always, go Brewers.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers.